Ex-Formula One driver Felipe Massa hasn't backed down on his quest to overturn the 2008 World Drivers' Championship result, with the Brazilian stating he is the true champion. Massa lost the 2008 title in his native Brazil by a single point to Sir Lewis Hamilton, but his campaign was damaged in Singapore, where Renault conspired to win the race. But while the Crashgate saga broke in 2009, Massa and his lawyers claim individuals at both F1 and the FIA were aware of what happened in 2008, when results could have been overturned. With imminent legal action in the UK High Court threatened, should F1 and the FIA further delay responding to the claim?
I am the champion, and I feel the champion. I feel that I have the 16 champion of Formula One for Ferrari. So, and we prove, on that season that we deserve it, and we prove that, especially, for a race that was roped, nobody did anything. So this is why we are here. This is why we are going to fight until the end.
Daniel Ricciardo is unlikely to return to the grid before Qatar in October, with Red Bull boss Christian Horner all but ruling him out of intense back-to-back races in Singapore and Japan. Ricciardo broke a metacarpal in his left hand during opening practice in Zandvoort with a light crash at turn 3, but didn't let go of the steering wheel in trying to avoid the stricken McLaren of Oscar Piastri. Horner said Ricciardo's recovery is going well, with the Perth-born pilot regaining mobility of his hand and rehabilitation. Red Bull, though, isn't keen to rush his comeback, with partial recoveries potentially leading to more damage, and its reserve, New Zealander Liam Lawson, delivering on track. Certainly Singapore, I don't think there's any chance he'll be ready for then, and I think it would be optimistic for Japan, he said. Lando Norris has admitted that being teammates with his friend, two-time F1 world champion Max Verstappen, is definitely something he would be open to in the future. Norris is locked in with McLaren until the end of 2025, but his career after that is a hot topic in the paddock, with speculation rife that he may go to a rival if Woking can't deliver him a front-running car. Norris praised Verstappen in Monza, rating the Dutchman as one of the best drivers in the history of the sport, and welcomed the chance to team up in the future, though stopped short of saying at Red Bull. It would be great to work alongside someone like that. At the same time, see where I can really stand against him. I'd be open for it, he said in Monza. Red Bull's Dr. Helmut Marko has taken aim at former F1 driver Ralf Schumacher after the German reported there are agreements for Sergio Perez to leave the team at the end of the season. Checo's seat for 2024 was confirmed at Zandvoort, with Christian Horner stating he is a Red Bull racing driver. But that didn't stop Schumacher, who said Perez's days at the squad were numbered. Marko, though, didn't hold back in response, with a sting for the German should he have been campaigning for his nephew. A job guarantee. Is there such a thing in Formula One? In any case, it's a contractual guarantee, he said. Hopefully he didn't mean that Mick Schumacher would have to replace him. Aston Martin team boss Mike Krack has confirmed Lance Stroll will drive for the squad in 2024, closing out growing rumors he could be replaced at the ambitious Green squad. Stroll's place in F1 continues to be questioned, and for good reason. With his teammate, two-time F1 world champion Fernando Alonso in a different league, 12-2 in qualifying and 11-1 in races they both finished. He also has 123 more points than Stroll after 14 races. But Krack says it's the team that needs to do a better job for Stroll, with the Canadian suffering 2 DNFs to Alonso's none. There is not a marked gap in performance. There is a marked gap in points, he said. Krack was asked in Monza if Stroll, who is son of Aston Martin executive chairman Lawrence Stroll, was unfireable. but said the squad doesn't have any such debate. Stroll's confirmation locks down the 2024 F1 grid even further, with seats open at Alfa Romeo turns Sauber, Williams, and the set-to-be rebranded Red Bull sister team AlphaTauri. Mercedes has become F1's next team to lock in its driver lineup, with the Silver Arrows confirming both Sir Lewis Hamilton and George Russell until the end of 2025, the final year of the current era. Hamilton's contract to take him beyond the end of 2023 was months in the making, with details to lock down, while Russell, allegedly confirmed for 2024, was extended another season. And Hamilton didn't mince his words at the Monza announcement, with the seven-time F1 world champion fired up for more success. We have never been hungrier to win. We have learned from every success, but also every setback. We continue to chase our dreams, we continue to fight no matter the challenge, and we will win again, he said. Staying with Mercedes, which says it won't be happy until it's fighting Red Bull Top Gun Max Verstappen up front, but is pleased with the W14's newfound consistent performance from race to race. The Silver Arrows opted for a new concept following a disappointing start in Bahrain. But while it's since scored 5 podiums, 4 from Hamilton, in the following 13 races, the mark only exists to win.
What we really want to be doing is winning races. We want to have a car that's competing right at the front, particularly with Max in the Red Bull. And I think where we are is we're battling for that second place. Our pace was pretty close to Alonso in the Aston Martin, pretty close to Norris in McLaren, and I think what we really want to do is get ourselves clearly out in front of the other cars and to chase down Max at the front.
Ferrari team boss Frederic Vasseur says every member of the Red Squad is pushing like hell to return to the front, though refused to be drawn on where the squad can improve to keep a lid on politics. Ferrari has generally struggled with its SF23 this year and is on course for its third winless season in 4 years. But Vasseur said to F1's official podcast Beyond the Grid that the squad hasn't given up.
Everybody is pushing like hell to come back. Everybody into the team. Every single employee is pushing like hell.
Vasseur joined the prancing horse in early January, but while he has only 4 podiums to show so far, 3 from Charles Leclerc and 1 from Carlos Sainz in Monza, he says learnings from the remaining races could help Ferrari make a big step next year.
To improve massively the packages that we will have to wait for at least next year for the future, but to do the best usage of this that we can try to improve from tomorrow onwards. This is the very important point that we have to use the last 6 months of the season to improve on this one.
Dutch circuit Zandvoort is already preparing for 2024 with an extension planned for its pits, which the race organizers hope will not just improve safety, but secure the event's long-term future. Zandvoort has one of the narrowest and shortest pit lanes in F1, upping the chance of an accident and making double-stacked pit stops difficult without blocking other boxes. As we saw in this year's race, with AlphaTauri's Liam Lawson handed a 10-second time penalty for blocking the exit of Haas's Kevin Magnussen. But the Dutch race organizers are set to extend Zandvoort's pit lane and build an extra 6 garages, future-proofing the event. Should the F1 field of 20 cars ever extend to 22, we are also ready for it. But for this moment, the primary reason is safety and space, said Dutch Grand Prix sporting director Jan Lammers. Thanks for watching. To stay up to speed on all things Formula One, make sure you hit the subscribe button.